Let's begin with the poem. I used to play at pirates and sail the seven seas. Then I was a cowboy. These simple things did me please. So the simple things that pleased the child were that he imagined himself to be the pirates. Pirates are the people who travel. And sometimes he imagined himself to be cowboy, and these simple things pleased him a lot. I had a vivid imagination. Adventure was always on my mind. I discovered the joys of reading and escaped the daily grind. So he had a very clear imagination and adventure. He was very adventurous. He felt that he could do some of the best or some of a unique expeditions, or he can explore things. So always adventure was on his mind, and all these ideas, this thought process he got when he read books. So he really discovered the joys of reading and escaped the daily grind. So when he enjoyed the joys of reading, the everyday sometimes you have to go through the everyday process of doing things, he escaped doing that. So you people also do this, is it not? Whenever you have to do something at home, you keep your books all around and start reading. Yes, so he did. So the boy enjoyed the joys of reading and escaped the daily grind. Once I lived with the Eskimos in the land of ice and snow. Went hunting and fishing, my fantasy was all aglow. So he begins to talk about what kind of imaginations he had, into which kind of world he entered, fantasy world he entered when he was with his books. So he imagined himself to be with the Eskimos in the land of ice and snow. Okay, where do Eskimos live? Okay, and then he went hunting and fishing in the snow, and all this fantasy was always very clear in his mind. Okay, and but children, remember, we should never use the word Eskimos now. It has been actually banned or prohibited, the word Eskimos. Instead, you can use the word like Inuit. Yes, so other words are used in place of Eskimos. We should never use it anymore. Okay, as this poem was written long back, at that time it was okay. Now the child says that I read a book of Jules Verne and went off to the moon. We all know that Jules Verne writes books on science fiction, is it not? And always takes us to an imaginative world. So the child says he reads the books of Jules Verne and he goes off to the moon. So what does he do on the moon? Just to take a look. It was just to take a look. Then it was time to return. So the child only goes to the moon to take a look of the moon and comes back. See the clear picture that he shows us. Yes, even we start imagining when he writes this poem, even we imagine that we are into the same world. Then he goes back from there on to the moon. Again, he imagines himself to be in the forests of Africa. I spent time in the forests of Africa with Dr. Livingstone as my guide. Then off again to America with the Huckleberry Finn I did hide. So not only does he imagine himself to be in the forests of Africa with Dr. Livingstone, he was an explorer himself, but he also imagines that from that Africa, he again goes back to America with Huckleberry Finn I did hide. Huckleberry Finn is a character that was created by Mark Twain in his stories. Okay, so he says that he goes to America with Huckleberry Finn and he hid there. So that is how he imagines. So all these imaginations, from where does the child get? He gets it from reading books. How important reading books is. In my world of fantasy and imagination, I performed such wonderful deeds. A hero of all the nations, I was the one that did succeed. So he says that he could imagine himself as a hero, not just in one nation. That means there are special heroes for every nation. Like we have learnt here about Huckleberry Finn or Dr. Livingstone or Robin Hood in Indian stories. So we have different heroes in different nations. But when you are into the fantasy world, you need not limit yourself to your own nation. You can enter anywhere into any world, and you can imagine yourself to be anyone and anything. So he says that I am not only the hero of one nation but hero of all the nations. And finally he was the only one who succeeded in all the things. That is how he imagines himself to be. Then I grew up my childish world at the end. I had become serious. It nearly drove me around the bend. I still do like the mysterious. This is the message I am trying to send. So the boy now comes out of his childish world because he is growing up. Okay, and he has become serious because he has to become serious with with his books, with his reading subject, or with his profession. Okay, and it nearly drove me around the bend means he has to work a lot. So while he does all these things, as his hard work, as he has to spend more of his time in working hard with his books or with his profession, he no longer goes into the childish world as he used to do as a child. But he says that this mysterious thoughts that I have in entering into the fantasy world, that still I do sometimes, not as much as when I was a child, but still I do it sometimes. And this is the message I am trying to send. Means the poet sends the message that every person has got a child in him forever. And this child in him always makes him creative, always keeps him creative and imaginative. And only people who are creative and imaginative are the people who discover new things or who invent new things, because they think something different, not away from the regular. Okay, so here this is the message that the poet is sending us. Okay, let's as I have highlighted the vocabulary words of this poem, let's learn their meanings. I wanted to play at pirates means he wanted to pretend to be a pirate and play a game. Okay, so pirates, as I have told you, the people who travel. Vivid, very clear. Daily grind, the boredom and hardship of everyday life. So by reading books, he escapes the boredom and hardship of everyday life. Eskimos, a member of an indigenous people inhabiting northern Canada, Alaska, Greenland, and eastern Siberia, and traditionally living by hunting seals and other Arctic animals and birds by fishing. My fantasy was all aglow, means I was at my imaginative best. Jules Verne. Jules Verne is a French novelist, poet, and playwright. Okay, and as I have told you, Huckleberry Finn is a character created by Mark Twain, and Dr. Livingstone is an explorer. Now let's talk about some poetic devices used in this poem. Allusion. This is the first device used in this poem. Okay, what is meant by allusion? Allusion is a figure of speech in which an object or circumstance briefly and indirectly refers to another person, place, thing, or event. That means while you are writing a poem, when you give a reference to some other person or some other thing directly or indirectly, then we call it as allusion. In this poem, the reference to Dr. Livingstone and Huckleberry Finn is the allusion. Imagery. This poem is full of vivid descriptions only, imaginations. So, imagery is the poetic device used. Imagery is the use of vivid descriptions in order to explain a situation to a reader or listener. It's a way of building a picture or image in mind so that the audience can gain a greater understanding of the situation. And the rhyme scheme. of the poem is ABCB. That means there are 4 lines in every stanza, and every second and fourth line rhymes with each other, whereas the first and the third line do not rhyme. So that is the rhyme scheme. If you see the rhyming words, then you will be able to understand that it is the rhyme scheme is ABCB. That means the second line and the fourth line rhymes with each other. Okay, children, hope you have understood this poem very clearly, and you also have gone into the same imaginative world that the child has gone. Remember, children, always let your thoughts flow. Thinking is the most important, you can say, something which denotes or signifies our liveliness. Yes, so keep thinking, keep imagining. Okay, the homework for you is that complete the exercises which have been discussed, given in the textbook. Take the help of this video and complete the exercises. Thank you, children, and have a good time.